Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Hello India, hello world. Today I am going to be continue bias rating series in English versions. Today I have a one latest HP latest workstations backup bias, and I want to show you how to create this bias with exact and proper way. And to create this bias, you don't need any Patanjali tools, paid tools like laptop bakwas equipment tools, like laptop rave tools. All other tools are sells in the market. Actually, that tool have no special efficiency to create your exact bias, but in the market it show up yes, they can do that things. Anyway, today I am going to show you one of the that types of bias. It is the HP 15G3 models, and I have the old backup. I just to extract these things, and I got the 16 MB bias here. And just wait, I will open the pen tab. So in this bias I will show you how you can do the bias rating step by step, and it is specifically for HP commercial notebooks, not for the consumer notebooks. Remember, HP have two types of notebooks. One is consumer, another one is corporate, and another one is workstations, and the workstation are belongs to the corporate model also. So it is the workstation model and it belongs to corporate, and I am going to show you how you can do edit step by step. No need paid tools. Just open these things and check the header and footers. For it is the 16.NZ, it means it is the Intel families, it is the Intel engine is present in this bias, correct? So let me close these things and let me check it over here. It is which CSME belongs to this bias chip. Let me open the first things. Before editing any bias, not only of the HP but also of every models, Lenovo, Dell, Toshiba, Samsung, whatever else, before editings you need to be confirm what is your ME versions. So I just confirm here the ME version is 11.0.27.3000. It belongs to the either 6 generations or 7 generations. It means it indicated either it is the 6 or 7 generations, understand? And as I told you, this is a corporate model, and you can see the SQ is the corporate H. That means H means here is the clearly mentioned the CPU and the PCH both are different, means CPU part is separate and process PCH part is separate. Most of the boards are coming with the one SoC. Here is the, you will find out the two SoC, one is for the CPU and another is for the PCH reasons. Otherwise the H denominate for the desktop models also, and the same things happens. Desktop have the PCH and the CPU also separate. So here you will get the file system state. It is so as me the initialized, and it means this is the old backup. This is the old backup. It means this bias is already run over any of the motherboards. It means from this bias already display is coming and it committed. So that's why the file system state is changed to initialize. If this bias is fresh and clean CSME, then this initialized stage will be before at the configures. So here you will clear, this is the first of the thing, this is the either 6th or 7th generation and it is the old bias. So now the second step is I need to be find out the laptop serial number, notebook serial number, model number, and the BIOS versions. Here is, you will search from these things, versions, model or serial number, and what is the BID number. Maybe the BID, or if not the BID, it may be the BIOS ID is provided there. So very easily you will get out all those things, and you can use the important tools that is called UEFI tools. UEFI 58 is a viewer tools. So drag to these things, and I'm going to be tell you one thing. So be strictly, this step is only for the commercial models, not for the consumers. Consumer model have the some different types scenario. You will get the serial number or model numbers. So now you can see here I am open, this is on UEFI tools, and go to these things, and I am going to the BIOS regions. So here you can check it here. Many different regions are available here. This is a distributor region, GB region, ME region, and the BIOS region. The whole BIOS region content your all the Intel microcode, CPU microcode, and the rest of the ODMs, all the files or file systems are theirs, and the PCH versions or the any boot partition will be present in the ME regions, as you all knows. I'm not going to discuss all those things. So here is the first my point. I want to see what is the my BIOS version first. See the BIOS ID, that is N81. So you have to be remember the first flow is the N81, and let me close this 427. Let me just copy these things to rectify the 7 BIOS version. My old version is 0.101.17. So and another was ME region. Then this BIOS will be for usable for a fresh BIOS or to your database text files. And come to the points and close out these things, and go to the CSME tools, FIDC tools once again. And now what I have done here, you can see the state now changed with the configure. Now you can blindly use these things, and you have to be open the same exact fresh BIOS regions files in CSME or FIDC tools, and just go to the intermediate generate. If you are utilize your mind or Bheja into your systems, if you will be real cell or be practice in BIOS editing with just 1 or 2 3 tools, you will explore your BIOS editing dunyas to the world, and you can do all those things without any high charges tools. Understand na? So this is my English versions. I don't know very good English knowledge, and it is a little bit knowledge. So in this little bit knowledge, I just explain my internal things towards you, so that you guys also avoid all those tools to purchase all those tools, because you can see they have charged from you yearly 5,000, 7,000, 8,000, 20,000, 17,000, 50,000. Is it possible to pay all those times? Think yourself, ask yourselves which and what you need. Do you need the solutions? Then you have to do some exercise. If you don't need the solutions, you have the money, you are the bigger rich families, you come from rich families, you have the money, you don't want to waste your time in exercise and practice, then go for the tools, purchase the tools and use the tools and generate the BIOS files, and definitely I 100% inshallah assures you will be definitely got the failures, because that is the tool, that is one of the like a bot or a robot, and the robot or bot will understand only the command. They have no human sense. You have the human sense. When you are doing editing, BIOS editings, definitely some reasons, some difficult or some issues will arise. At that time, robot or bot cannot resolve that things. what you gave the input, that they will generate the outputs. That's the things, but they have no sense. That's why whole world are failed to repair the latest generation motherboard for the only BIOS. If you don't interested in the BIOS ratings, then the future is blank. Laptop chip level industries are depend upon on BIOS ratings. Keep remind my words in your mind. Laptop chip levels world will depend upon on BIOS rating only for some years, 2 to 3 years, because latest generation motherboards always fail by the BIOS. Thank you. This is the knowledge from SKB, by little bit knowledge with weak English. थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप सब लोगों का.